I'm good. Okay. Hi everyone. If you're just now joining us, we've been doing some reporting on this morning, so I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit just to get everyone caught up to date if you are again just now hopping on the stream with us this morning. So I'm actually on Old Vaucluse Road right now, and there's nobody else out here because of this right here behind me. Now it's probably a little hard to see, but that is where the bridge is, and it is completely collapsed and has fallen down. Let me jump out of the way. I'll zoom in on it for you, and then we'll show you some drone footage here. So take a look at this. I'm actually just stepping behind the camera real quick. Look at this right here. This is what I'm referring to. So you can see, these barricades blocking off the road. You can see some law enforcement presence on the other side. Last I was over there about 30 minutes ago, I did see about, 3 or 4 law enforcement vehicles over there flashing their lights and some caution tape blocking off the area. It's actually pretty hard to believe just how crazy and wild that road is just dropped off. That bridge just completely dropped off over in that direction. So here's kind of what we know so far. Officials have kind of been updating us on the scene as they work to learn out more as well. We know that a tanker was driving, crashed, caught on fire, fuel truck caught on fire, causing the bridge to collapse. Now, if you take a look here, you can see our Sky 12 drone. We actually got it up in the sky to kind of give you guys a better look of everything that we're seeing. So again, you see those barricades that are over, blocking off that area, and where that's blocking off, you can see up in the sky. That is some video we took not too long ago. Now you see a lot of those trees blackened. You see where that fire was over in that section, and just how significant that fire really was that kind of has that blocked off. Now I-20 is blocked off, so if you're heading out in this direction, you've probably experienced some of that traffic out in this area. It is pretty significant, for a reason, that exit 11, exit 18, roads leading up to it, Old Vaucluse Road that we're on right now, both directions closed, shut down. So if you live in the Graniteville area, I guess honestly just an Aiken area, probably experiencing those delays. I spoke with a woman this morning that was trying to get to work and was trying to get around in the area and kept being rerouted. You've probably experienced that yourself if you left this morning. I mean it's, let's see, it's 11:30 now, or just about 11:30 now, and around 9 when we were driving around in the Graniteville area, we were just already seeing so many cars just lined up, traffic just steadily increasing. And so it's going to be the same case as the day goes on. People kind of start to wake up, get on with their days. That's going to be something you steadily increase, but just something that I kind of noted just about this situation, it's a little eerie just seeing that interstate or that highway I-20 just really completely cleared off. Typically it's very busy. You think about a Saturday, people traveling, people wanting to go different directions. Well, if you're wanting to go anywhere, you're going to be on outer roads today because of this. So again, take a look at this. You can see, that bridge just completely collapsed. And this morning, around 4 a.m. when I was at work, I was starting to listen to the scanner, and you really started to hear all the different agencies chime in, talking about this fire, talking about getting assistance. We know that we had many different agencies kind of respond to the scene to help out with the, because of just the high magnitude and the intensity of this fire in the situation. We know that we had Sage Mill, Center, Langley, Eureka, Trenton, Meriwether, Belvidere, South Carolina Highway Patrol, Aiken County Sheriff's Office, Aiken County EMS, and Aiken County Dispatch, all assisting in the area to really just kind of help control the scene. Now I'll tell you, since we've been out in the area around 9 a.m. or so, we have not seen any fire, we have not seen any smoke, but you can see the residue left behind from it with those black trees. A lot of that area off the side of the highway just completely burnt down. You see some law enforcement and officials in that area, but if you want to kind of tell just like where we are in this direction, you can look and see, that fallen area. It kind of explains to you what we're seeing. We're kind of where the bottom right corner is, where that blockage is, on that, but farther down, for everyone's safety. And zoomed in on the right of the screen where you see those barricades, that's, from the ground view. If you're just now joining us, I'm going to give you a little update on the scene of what we're kind of seeing right now, and you're probably a little bit confused as to why there's a bridge collapsed on the highway. I don't blame you. That has to do with a tanker fuel truck driving and crashing, from what we know so far, catching on fire and then, causing this aftermath of the bridge collapsing, causing this fire. If you were on Facebook this morning, or if you haven't been yet, you'll probably see a lot of those photos kind of circulating. I know this morning I was starting to see them, and still now I'm starting to see more photos come in, and as viewers send them to us, continue to do that as well. It's really kind of helping us understand the situation and the magnitude of this too, but just the thick flames, a lot of the smoke. That law enforcement, I heard the urgency in their voices this morning, redirecting, adding more people, trying to get more personnel out here to really help calm down this situation. And right now it's very calm. It's actually kind of eerie just how quiet it is out here, but that's because they have a lot of the situations in the outer areas under control to make sure that is for everyone's safety. So that is why, feeling that irritation, you're feeling that frustration when it comes to traffic, when it comes to delays. If you have plans today, just keep this in mind that, this area, I-20, Old Vaucluse Road, all going to be, not accessible to you right now, and probably for some time. Now, this is still something we're working to get confirmed with officials. I'm sure they're working on a timeline of that as well, just how long this is going to take to get back to, I want to say normal. I'm not really sure if normal is the right word to use here. New normal, we'll say that. To just try and get this fixed, you have to think about the magnitude of the situation, right? So we have this area. You actually see one of our crews, he's walking out there to probably check out the scene right now. But just really kind of, really honing in on, the intensity of this situation. My guess is it's probably going to take about a few days or so, at least. I mean, you have to get this. Look at just how much that, that bridge has collapsed and fallen onto the highway, really causing those delays, and you see the intensity of it. My question is probably, where do you even start when it comes to, trying to get this cleaned up, trying to get it worked out, so that way, we can kind of, understand the intensity of this and get it worked out. And I do know, I was actually talking with some law enforcement earlier, kind of having them keep me in the loop, keep me updated about what's going on in the situation so we can pass that information along to you guys. I actually just heard back that there's going to be a press conference today at 1. So, if you're waiting for more of those details, kind of wondering what's going on, we are too. We're still waiting on a lot of those details. We're going to get more of those at 1. We're going to have a crew there. We're going to make sure we pass along all that information to you. But mainly what you all need to know right now is that this area is blocked off. It is closed. That's Old Vaucluse Road. That's exit 11. That's exit 18. I-20. So just keep that in mind if you have anywhere to commute today. But again, all we know so far is that tanker truck, fuel truck crash causing this fire, causing these delays. Minor injuries are what have been reported so far. But stick with us. We'll continue to update you throughout the day once we hear more about that press conference. And we'll be back shortly with more updates. But for sure, download our app, stay in tune with our website, and we will let you know once we find out more.